Hello, I'm Rachel Wade, the founder and creator of Pura Vida Your Life. And I help people who are either doing really well in their lives, but they feel that they want more. They feel that their life lacks a certain something of fulfillment. Or people whose backs are against the wall and they are in deep despair of their life and how they can come out of that. So maybe you've lost your way and you need to rediscover your unique self. And as a coach, I empower busy professionals to rediscover their uniqueness, gain their identity, find their purpose and their direction in life. This will help them to achieve happiness, health, and fulfillment in their greatest life yet, in all areas of their life. Essentially, I help people to bring their whole self into the game of life. So, why not take your first step on your journey of empowerment today and start improving your life? So this video is around spirituality defined. So I'm going to talk a bit more about that in detail, and I'm also going to share with you 3 golden nuggets to help you improve your life straight away. And they are: number 1, meditation, meditation, meditation. Number 2, exploring your inner world. And number 3, thinking, speaking, and acting positively. So let's move straight on into the video. So spirituality defined. Now, what is spirituality? What does spirituality mean? What does it mean to you? And what thoughts come to mind when you think of these questions? Well, spirituality is a broad concept with room for many perspectives. And in general, it includes a sense of connection to something bigger than ourselves. And it typically involves a search for a meaning in life. And as such, it's a universal human experience, something that touches us all. People may describe a spiritual experience as sacred or transcendent, or simply a deep sense of aliveness and interconnectedness. Some may find that their spiritual life is intrinsically linked to their association with a church or a temple or a mosque or a synagogue. Others may pray or find comfort in a personal relationship with God or a higher power. Still, others seek meaning through their connections to nature or art. Like your sense of purpose, your personal definition of spirituality may change throughout your life, adapting to your own experiences and relationships. I realise that spirituality can be a very touchy subject that arouses countless strong opinions, intellectual arguments, and far too many unspeakable emotions. However, nevertheless, there is nothing more central to our lives than our understanding of spirituality. And it is a conversation we ought to engage in far more often than we do in our busy lives. So, whether we have intentionally pursued a personal spiritual journey or not, our beliefs have a profound impact on our lives. Consciously or subconsciously, it influences us in countless ways. Consider how spirituality impacts on our understanding of these things, so ourselves. So, does God or Source care about me? Is he mad at me or pleased with me? Is there no God? Who am I? And where did I originate from? What about others? Are all lives equal? If so, on what basis? What is my responsibility to care for others? Minimalism. If we have removed the pursuit of worldly possessions from our affections, with what will we replace it? The world around us. In what specific ways should we care about the world and the environment around us? Is our motivation in this regard more significant than survival of our own species? And if so, how do we as humans responsibly interact with it? Morality. Is there a moral set of truth for the universe established from a higher power? Or is morality determined by each individual? Evil. What am I to understand about evil and suffering in the world? Is it that they're there for a reason? And to what extent should I try to counteract it? Money. Does the universe Give money, status to some and not to others? Or is money and status earned by the individual? What should I do with it when I obtain it? Do I hold any responsibility to care for those with less? And then finally, afterlife. Is there life after death? Is death something to be feared or welcomed? And either way, how should I be preparing for it today? So, no doubt, our understanding of spirituality carries great influence on our lives. And for that reason, one of the most significant journeys we can ever embark on is the exploration of spirituality and its true meaning to us as individuals. So now I'd like to refer to the Pura Vida Your Life Compass. So I have developed the Pura Vida Your Life Compass, the navigation tool for the modern world, which brings all of the Pura Vida Your Life concepts and principles together to empower you to rediscover your unique self and gain fulfillment in your greatest life yet, and enjoy all areas of your life. And the Pure Vida Your Life Compass encompasses the 8 bodies to be nourished. Your whole life is greater than the sum of its parts. And those include the physical body, the emotional body, the psychological body, the social body, the intellectual body, the creative body, the spiritual body, and worldly nourishment. You see, nourishing the body as a whole does not only mean getting the food and the water you need to live. There is more than just the physical body to be wholly nourished. To be completely well nourished, you must think about the other bodies you have. And these other bodies must be taken care of in the same way as your physical body needs to be taken care of. Each part requires nourishment in a different way, but they are all connected. So let's think about the spiritual body. The spiritual body is connection to all things, including the earth and self, to what we call God or source, the universe, the beyond, the divine, or higher self. This provides protection, union, help, and guidance from an outside source, as well as from those who have passed on. It connects us to all that is. Many do not understand or acknowledge this aspect exists, and it has little to do with what we believe culturally. When it comes to religion or spirits, it's more the element that no one and no situation stands alone, that there is no one's fault, that we are all connected, and that it always takes more than one body to create all that exists in life. It is more the outside ring of our aura or energetic field. The spiritual body represents the unity of all living things, including the union between our soul, our life experience, and our destiny. This is not about going to church. In fact, it has very little to do with religion. When the spiritual body is balanced, it should behave as calm, fearless, highly creative, and operating without limits, paired with the fortitude and support to create action from ideas. Along with this comes the acknowledgement that there's a higher force guiding you and protecting you and your projects, and that there is something bigger at play than just you. The spiritual body represents the synthesis and balance of the other 7 bodies, as I've detailed before. It's very similar to the idea that we are greater than the sum of our parts. But when somebody is underbalanced towards the spiritual, they are disconnected from the understanding that we are all one, and feeling or thinking that we can do things on our own or alone, that we are not co creating our existence, and that we are victims or fate of the healthcare systems, the government, or the media. And most often, or entirely, dismissive of listening to the gut, otherwise known as intuition. This person generally separates from being an active or conscious member of community or society and feels deserving and expectant of others and of their energy and time. They also feel left out or like they have not been seen or heard. There's also a tendency to put high emphasis on how things look or how they appear instead of focusing on transparency and honest heart communication. There's also heavy focus and over reliance on doing, controlling, and the grasping of our exterior reference or relationship. The quality of somebody who is over balanced towards spiritual usually have their head in the clouds. They're not tuning ideas into reality. They have a false God complex, a lack of unity between action and behavior, a lack of connection to interpersonal responsibilities such as relationships, physical health and wealth, respecting other people's bodies, paying bills, etc. There's generally a feeling of entitlement and of being overly deserving. So you see, the importance here is bringing the spiritual body into balance. And here are my 3 golden nuggets to help you have a happier, healthier, and fulfilled life with greater balance in your spiritual body. So, number 1, meditation, meditation, meditation. Now, I know some people struggle with this, but it's something that you need to work at. You need to practice that. It's like having going to the gym and start working out. It's a muscle that you need to flex. So starting to meditate, well, meditation has been scientifically proven to boost the immune system, lower blood pressure, relieve depression, increase productivity, and promote creative thinking. But the misconception is around meditation is not about trying to turn off your thoughts and emotions. It's about training in awareness and learning to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. So my top tip here is a beginner's practice that anyone can learn, and it's called the 9 relaxation breaths. And this is a short breath cleansing practice that can be done at any time and is traditionally done at the beginning of any meditation practice. But you could use this just as alone to start with as your meditation practice. And the 9 breath relaxation starts with you closing your eyes and keeping them closed as much as possible until the end of the process. And you'll be taking 9 deep relaxation breaths. And for the first 3 breaths, breathe in any physical tension you are holding on to in your body, then hooking that tension with the breath. And then you release it out with the breath. And then for the second 3 breaths, breathe in any emotional tension that you are holding and notice where you're holding that emotional tension in your body. And then hooking that tension with the breath, and then you release it out with the out breath. And for the third 3 breaths, breathe in any mental tension or worries you are holding. Notice where you are holding the mental tension in your body, and then hooking that tension with the breath, and then release it with the out breath. So sit quietly for as little as 5 minutes to start with, and then build up to 10, 15, 20, or 30 minutes, and notice how you feel. And then once you are done, you can open your eyes. So my second golden nugget is exploring your inner world. So explore your spiritual core. By exploring your spiritual core, you are simply asking yourself questions about the person you are and your meaning. So my top tip here is ask these 3 questions. Who am I? What is my purpose? What do I value most? And these questions will lead you down a road where you think more in depth about yourself and allow you to notice things about yourself that will help you achieve fulfillment. It usually helps to journal these questions to really draw out your thoughts, your feelings, and your desires from deep within. So my golden nugget number 3 is thinking, speaking, and acting positively. So think positively. Once you start viewing things in your life in a positive manner, you will find yourself thinking differently and refocusing your mind to be happy and healthy. And when you eliminate negativity and reframe how you think of certain things and situations, you'll notice yourself being more relaxed. So my top tip here is one of the biggest challenges people face today is staying optimistic. We're living in times with big changes, and we're being bombarded daily with bad news, stories that affect us and impact on our hope of the goodness of mankind. We can get caught up in the wave of negativity and the media showcases. So train yourself to have an optimistic mindset. The mind functions as a reservoir, and we must learn how to supply this reservoir. Optimism is attributive style, essentially a way we attribute meaning to daily events. So, when evaluating a fact of life, pessimistic individuals and optimistic individuals will have opposite perspectives from each other. So, for a positive fact, I got a raise. Well, an optimistic profile will say everything always works out for me. A pessimistic person will say my taxes will be even higher now. And for a negative fact, I lost my keys. Well, an optimistic person will say, I never lose anything. Someone probably picked them up for me. And the pessimistic person will say, I always forget everything. I am so distracted. So if you find yourself identifying with a pessimistic person, don't be discouraged. With mental strength, creating awareness, and daily training, you will be able to create good in any situation. So let's summarize those golden nuggets again. Number 1, meditation, meditation, meditation. Number 2, exploring your inner world. Number 3, thinking, speaking, and acting positively. And these are just a few golden nuggets that I believe will serve you greatly. So picture yourself with a greater sense of knowing who you are, creating a deeper connection within, and creating balance in your spiritual body. What could be better than that? So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again for next week's Pura Vida Your Life happenings for insight, inspiration, and more golden nuggets to help you live a happier, healthier, and fulfilled life. And I also invite you to come on a journey of empowerment with me. Sign up to Discoveries, my monthly newsletter, to help you take the steps to improve your life. And you can find this on my website, puravideourlife.com. Or why not become a Pura Vida Your Life member to rediscover an even wider range of inspiring resources and tools. And again, you can find that on my website, puravideourlife.com. So Pura Vida Your Life, it all starts with you. So until next time, Pura Vida.